Hello guys, sorry today's book review is a little late. I was feeling a little under the weather, so I decided to take a nap and come back and film again. So here I am, and today we have two new books, and I have hard copies of them. I'm gonna go ahead and show them. Y'all might know this book. My professor actually told me it's very popular. I just started reading this with my boyfriend, so I haven't gotten through all the way, but I can tell y'all about it. And then this one. So why don't we just start off with this one. It's called Perfect Chemistry. And I picked this one because I've been reading it and it's just so interesting. And it's like a world that I can picture myself, like I can relate to, but then there's other characters that kind of share their narrative in this story as well. That share their stories, that it's kind of like it allows me to step into their world and I get to experience different culture. This, I consider it adolescent literature. It is a chapter book. There is no pictures. There's a little place mark in there. But it's a chapter book, and it's surrounded by this girl named Brittany, I think. Is her name Brittany? Yes, Brittany. And this guy named Alejandro. They call him Alex. And it's kind of like a bad boy, good girl, Romeo, Juliet kind of romance story. The reason why I picked this book, though, is because I want to talk about what I learned in class today. Was about the different diversity inside our children's literature and actually like literature in general. And I feel like this is a good book that is not too out there. It's not going to make somebody uncomfortable. If there's a student kind of stuck in their way, very narrow-minded, I feel like this is a good opening book to help them maybe just experience a little bit of a different world. I would actually classify this, let me look, I'm sorry guys, I have notes up. Like I would explain how there's two narratives, so in some chapters it's her talking, it's her story, it's her life, and some chapters it's his. This is why I'm gonna determine the way that the book is. With her, I picture myself, the things she's gone through in her life. It makes her just a very relatable character to my life. And so I would put her narrative of the story into a mirror book because I feel like it just reflects myself and my experience. And her character like looks like me, and like the things she does when she's going through school, the things I did when I was going through school. But this boy, Alejandro, his narrative, completely different. A narrative that I enjoyed because it was completely different from the norm. And for his, I would say it's a sliding glass door book because I'm stepping into his life. His narrative is allowing me to achieve different culture perspectives and experience and help me understand why his culture does a certain thing. Or not his culture, but Alejandro does things that Alejandro does. So that's why, that's also why I picked this book. So I think it's really interesting how I can kind of fit it into a mirror status and into a sliding door status book. So that's our first book. Oh, it's called Perfect Chemistry. I don't know if I told y'all that. I'm a little sick, guys. You know, it's a little rough, but it's okay. It's not COVID. It's not. I promise y'all. This is our second book called Soar. This one I had a hard time with because I wouldn't say that's the most diverse in the color of skin, because in my class we talked about how there's a mostly white narrative into children and adolescent literature, and as you can tell from the cover, it's based on a white boy, but this white boy actually goes through a problem. As you can tell, it's called Soar. His favorite sport happens to be baseball, and a sport that he loves to play. And something happens to where he's not able to play. He kind of suffers a disability. And it takes you on his adventure through that. And this, I had a hard time because I would think it's a sliding glass door, but at the same time, I think it's a window book because window books are supposed to be about people and cultures and experience that allow us to see how their experience match or don't match our own. And I played baseball, I played softball, and I loved it. And I couldn't imagine what my world would be like if I didn't have softball throughout high school. Like, they were my only friends. And so I don't know. And so it's nice to know another perspective that, you know, if I didn't, that was my cat, if I had a similar disability like this boy and I wasn't able to complete my dreams of playing softball, I know through him that I will be okay. And that's important to get from a book, and it's important to give to students. And so maybe they'll see this and they have a similar thing or any type of thing. They're like, oh, he made it through. He survived. I can survive too. It's important to allow our students to see themselves in what they read. And that's why I picked this book. And I picked Perfect Chemistry. They don't seem from the covers that there would be diverse books, but they are, because of the story of Alejandro. He comes from a lower level class, more gang related society, which a lot of people who grew up in a middle class, higher class family don't know what it's like. And he does an amazing job of explaining that. And a lot of us, you know, don't really have to worry about going outside and playing. You know, we wake up, oh, let's go outside, let's go do something. But some people don't live like that. And it's good to put that out to our students, to know that there's different. It's not just the same. Thank y'all. See y'all guys again tomorrow. I promise I'll try to feel better.